today is day number 1 back in the YouTube game, y'all. It feels amazing. I'm just like thinking about how I'm gonna do this. I've seen one of those like stick-on things you can put in your car and like connect your phone to. That's probably pretty cool. So I definitely need a more hands-free experience to be doing this right now. But we're back. We're back, y'all. Chloe got her mojo back. Good morning. I'm on my way to my morning workout class. I don't know about you guys, but I'm the type of person that just has to like wake up and rip the Band-Aid off. Because if I don't, I'll just sleep. I'll just hang in there as long as I want to. This year I decided to get back into Fit Body boot camp. I did it when I was in California too. It is amazing. It's a 30-minute workout, and it's just long enough where you are ready for it to end, and then it's like pretty much over. And it's been amazing. It's been helping me get out of bed, helping me get back into shape. I lost 10 pounds from all the stuff I was going through, and then I think I gained back more than what I had before. Whatever the case was, I was not feeling good in my body. So this has been such a great way to just get back into shape. 2025, I decided, is going to be one of the best. I'm going to be in the best shape of my life this year. One of the things I drink every morning, because I fast until usually about lunchtime, is BCA with electrolyte with glutamine. So glutamine helps your muscles recover. It also repairs the gut lining, which I'm healing my gut right now. And then BCAs have the essential amino acids to like feed your muscles, and then electrolytes because if I don't, put this little packet in here, then it will just taste like caca. It's not my ideal thing, I'm very natural when it comes to a lot of this stuff, but this is the one thing I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And if you're wondering what these gold things on my face are, they're under eye patches because, once you start to get into your 30s, you gotta do some extra care. So I'll link these if you want to see them. They have like caffeine and hydrating stuff in them, and I don't know, I saw these other people using them, and I'm like, well, maybe that'll help with my bags, because your girl wakes up with bags sometimes. So yeah, I like it. Now it's time to take the doggies out. Ready to go to work? Coral, there's other people sleeping. Ruka gets the shock collar because we don't trust her. Sit. Hey, cut out. Coral, stop it. Stop. Now you're just looking at stuff because she's barking. Come here. Come here. Coral, stop it. Ruka, come here. Judy, you're so silly. You're so silly. Stay down. And then we got the collar that keeps them from pulling. Come here. Get your butt over here and sit. Hey, look at me. Look at me. You stop that. No. Wait. Okay, Luca's done. Now Coral and gloves. It's frigid. There's still ice in my driveway. Ice on my neck. Just kidding. Come here. No, stop. Come here. Coral. Oh, roll. Get your head in the hole. Thank you. And we're off. Hey. Everybody chill. Just A little bit more chillage would be nice. All right, do your morning pee. So this house that we live in, this neighborhood we live in, whoops, I still got my fluffies on, girls. I need to go get my shoes on. Come on. Sorry. Tricked ya. Girl's taking a dump, so I'll say this really quick. This neighborhood is amazing. It's literally one of the nicest, most beautiful neighborhoods I've ever lived in. And the only downside to living here is that we don't have a fenced-in yard. So every time the dogs have to pee, we have to take them out, which is basically like living in an apartment, but luckily we work from home. And we're just too cheap to want to put in a fence. We keep saying that we will, but then like when it comes down to it, we just, I don't know, we just don't. So soon enough we'll have some land, dogs can run around again, but you know, you gotta pay the suburban price. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but I'm gonna say it because it needs to be said. Mental health is a real thing, and I was not in a good mental state for about 6 months of the year last year. But I want to share something with you because once I was in a physical place where I could start working out again, it really, really helped. So work out. And the other thing is having a couple of affirmations. Mine were very simple. I kept it very simple. But I realized after like months of going through so much discomfort and healing, I really needed to rebuild my self-confidence because I lost a lot of it in that time period. And so I came up with 2 simple affirmations. Well, actually one I took from the book Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal somebody, which is a really great book if you're really struggling and you really need some help. That book changed my life about 10 years ago, and I read it again, or I listened to it again, and one of the affirmations he says is, I love myself, and he just incessantly says it all throughout the day to himself. And so I started bringing that into my workouts, especially when it was really hard. And then I added on, I love myself and I can do hard things. So those are my 2 affirmations whenever I feel like I'm struggling, is that I love myself and I can do hard things. And I wanted to share that because you can take it and use it if you're going through anything hard and you're struggling with your self-confidence. Those 2 I feel like have helped to kind of rewire my brain, because I felt stuck in a loop pattern of like, I can't do this, I'm not enough, I need to be doing X, Y, and Z, this is too hard. I was really looping in those thoughts, so I'll leave that with you guys for today. One of my favorite things to do on my walks is pray and express my gratitude to God. It's been another mental health practice I've taken on this year, or over the last few months, 6 months, whatever you want to call it, since my health crisis, and it is amazing. So I'm going to be in prayer and gratitude the rest of this walk. I just like to think about all the things God has done for me in my life, all the things I have to be grateful for. So my day off with the right mindset, focusing on the things that are true, the things that are right, because our mind can play tricks on us sometimes. So I'm going to be in prayer and gratitude the rest of my time. It's about a 20-ish minute walk around this little loop. Sometimes we see deer, so it's magical. Grateful that you're here. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have this breath today. I'm grateful to be able to be here sharing my story after all of these months of wondering if it would ever end. I'm grateful that I have a story to share that's positive and hopefully empowering and helps other people. I'm grateful that you're here. You're beautiful, you're amazing. I love you, and you can do hard things. I'm sure some of y'all are wondering why I'm living in this big house, especially after I came from the tiny space world and being minimal. yeah, you know, if I told you my whole story, you'd probably understand. So you'll just have to stick around to know everything that's been happening and that's happened in the last 4 years. But I will just say in brevity that right now, one of the main reasons is because we want to be in the city. We were out in the middle of nowhere before, and so we wanted to be much closer to the city because we just found it really hard to build community living out an hour and a half from town. So our intention coming back and our intention for being in this house is really just to cultivate communities so that by the end of our lease here, ideally, we signed a 2.5-year lease and that ends next March, and it's January now, so we have a little over a year to figure out where we're going to go next. So this was just a landing pad and a place where we could start cultivating community, living in more community, and yeah, be closer to the city in order to do all of those things. So that's really why we're here. We also got a really, really good price on the house, a rental price, because whenever we signed the lease, the market here in Austin was like kind of tanking. It was right after that boom that happened here. And so there were just so many houses on the market for rent, and a lot of people were moving a lot of people weren't moving. So we just ended up getting really blessed with finding this house, and we've done a lot of gatherings and events and cultivating and learning so far. So it's definitely served a really great purpose for us as of right now. So what's the vision? What's next? Well, hopefully I'm going to be figuring that out very soon. I'm currently dreaming up a dome village. It's actually something I've been dreaming up since 2020, and that's what we were planning on doing on our land. And we put up a 20-foot geodesic dome, and we were planning on doing 10 and having an artist retreat out there. So you guys will get to see more from the land building journey. And yeah, the dome village has been a dream for a very long time. And I just found these really cool domes. Well, my manufacturer that I work with just started sharing with me these new domes. They're called honeycomb domes, and they're exactly what you think. They're like honeycombed hexagon shaped domes. So it's created out of a bunch of hexagons. They're really beautiful on the outside, iridescent, like blue, or like a reflective blue, insulated panels, and just very futuristic. And you know, I love really unique spaces like that. So the next vision is building out a honeycomb dome village. And yeah, I've got some creative plans in the works on how to make that all happen. So really looking forward to sharing the entire development of that project, because I think that it could happen a lot sooner. And if that all works out as, you know, I'm hoping and praying, I need to pray about that one some more, then by the end of our lease here, we'd be moving into a honeycomb dome. So Anthony wants one for himself. Well, I mean, for his music. He kind of needs one for his music. He needs his own dedicated studio, which how cool will that be? Having a honeycomb dome studio. And then we would just need one other one. So our goal is to get 2 domes. One that's like the living space, kitchen. We're gonna have the bathroom probably outside, just because the bathroom takes up way too much space in the dome. And then one will be more of like my space. So the kitchen and the living space will be in one, and workspace will all be in one. And then he'll have his own music studio, the home dome, right next door, which I think will just be really epic. And then from there, we'd like to have, you know, like an events gathering type center and a dome for his grandma. So she's going to be helping us out and getting this all started. And she just wants a house out of it. She sold her house in LA before the fires. I don't think her house would have been in the fires. She sold her house out there, moved to Texas, and now she's, you know, just living in a bedroom at his mom's house. And I think she just wants more independence, more freedom. You know, this older generation, they don't like to feel like a burden to people, you know what I mean? So I know I've noticed that that's like kind of a big thing in the older generation. Like even my grandparents, like when they were getting closer to the last days, we had no idea. They didn't let us put them in more of a community where they could have had help and care. And yeah, it's just a different generation. So that's pretty much the vision. And you never know how things are going to shift and change. You know, God is in control of it all. So we'll see how things go. But in the perfect world, that would be the situation. And we'd have some rentals on site, so we could have Airbnb setups, and some other community members, friends, family that want to live there can move there and live with us too. So, oh, and there was one other part I wanted to share, which is that the entire operation is going to be completely off-grid, and it's going to be mobile. So in this scenario, I'd be leasing the land, because then I don't have to come out of pocket, and I create value for the landowner by giving them some money. So it's going to be all completely mobile and off-grid. So we won't need to get any permits because Texas is amazing. I have to verify that, but I'm pretty sure we don't need to do that. And it's going to be mobile, so the entire setup is going to be able to be moved. So it's really low risk, and if we want to end up moving to our own land, we can. If we want to sell it back to the landowner and move somewhere else and do it again, we could do that. Or we can move all the structures somewhere else. I don't know if I already said that. Or we can, the other option I still need to explore is like maybe subdividing the land. So figuring that all out now. If I'm being radically honest, I think one of the reasons why I've been scared or hesitant to fully come back on YouTube, amongst many things, I'll share all of them at some point. But I think one of the big ones, to be honest, is just that I've been scared to like show myself in the growth, and I've always wanted to be like, to know and be certain of where I'm at and what's next, and that just hasn't been my life. I watched this video yesterday, and this guy was just talking about how the future of YouTube and what people connect with is actually about like authenticity and being with people in the building. And it just kind of gave me a lot of assurance that it's okay to not know everything all the time, and it's okay for the plans and the things that I say to change. And I don't know, I guess I just have this story sometimes that if I start something and then something shifts, you know, people won't trust me or whatever. But I think maybe the opposite is true. You know, maybe if I actually share all the things and why the shifts are happening, it would help people to trust me more, because, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, like, this is a personal expression, but it's also a way for me to share my business. And I looked at my account and I was just looking at all these people on YouTube talking about how, you know, YouTube is blowing up and small creators. And I'm just like, I have an account sitting there with a community that I've built and people who have been following my journey. And it just feels like a shame to not be sharing all of myself and sharing all the things going on in my life. And, you know, to be honest, I just haven't really felt like proud of my life the last few years because of some of the stuff that happened, and also because I stopped building for a period of time. And it was just another reminder that when I'm not building, when I'm not actively in the physical space of creating things, I lose my mojo. I just lose it. And, you know, I'm 31 now. I spent a lot of my 20s doing many different things and mostly doing a lot of designing and building, but
sometimes it takes leaving something to come back to it, to realize that it's the thing that you're meant to do. And this time around, I learned that working in a, like, living and making my life, living out of a workshop, it just doesn't work for me. I have a deep need for variety in my day-to-day life. And so being on land, that's why I feel like it really filled up my soul so much. So I feel like really excited this time around to be doing domes, because that's going to allow me to be on land. It's going to give me all the variety that I want, need, and desire, because people are going to want custom domes. Domes are going to be in different locations. I get to be outside. I don't have to be stuck in, 4 walls, and it just feels limiting. I want to feel expansive with my work and inspired by my work. And so I think that's why I've always just been drawn towards pioneering different living structures, and domes are just, they just do something to me, you guys. I don't know. If you haven't been in a dome, then you don't know yet. But when you go into a dome and you experience it for the first time, and even if you haven't, you've probably been drawn by the structure, but something about domes is just really special. Like, I love that by just changing your environment, you can feel something different. You can feel more inspired. You can feel lit up. You can feel more creative. And so I just love the experience of being able to shift my reality and shift my experience just by simply shifting my living space. So I think that's something really cool that domes do for me. And one of the reasons why I love domes so much, amongst the other things, amongst the durability of them, because they're one of the strongest structures, the way that they're built, the weight is distributed. So one of the companies I'm working with, they developed a hemp dome home, and they've actually got the plans approved through the Miami-Dade County, which is one of the hardest counties to get plans approved through, because you have to be approved for a Cat 5 hurricane. So domes are just so incredible in terms of their indestructibility, the different types of materials you can use. Hemp, for example, is fireproof and super sustainable, regenerative, and it's breathable. So you don't have, stuff getting stuck. It's just a lot more natural. And there's all types of different domes depending on your budget and your goals with it. So I don't know. I hope the world is down to go on this dome train with me, because that's where it's headed. Come with me and you'll see my meditation and prayer room. Welcome to the Zen Den. I think it's a mess in here, so I don't know, it's not too messy. Y'all are getting the real today. I did not clean up. It's probably about as messy and cluttered as it gets at the expansion mansion today. The guys were making music. So yeah, I got married. For those of you that don't know, I've been with Anthony now for almost 6 years. Crazy. If you saw my bus video, you did see him giving me a flower, which is really cute. And if you follow me on anything else personally, then you see that. He's in my life, and we got married in 2022, and he's a twin brother, and his twin brother lives here, and they both make music, all different types of music, electronic. His brother sings, he's just shy about it. And he produces all kinds of music. He produces music for these vibroacoustic lounges, and they also have cushions. I do not use them nearly enough. Sorry, Craig. Craig is one of the founders of InHarmony, if you watch this video. And so yeah, that's a little bit about him and his brother. I'll share more about him another time, because I need to get into meditation. So I'm gonna actually sit on the cushion today, and it's pretty cool. So if you don't know anything about vibroacoustic therapy or sound therapy, just imagine if you've ever seen that video of the sand or the water, that the molecular structure is being changed into these beautiful waveform patterns and stuff by sound. So that's what sound does to the molecules in our body. It can change the structure of them to help relieve pain, to help with stress, and to tune your body to an actually resonant frequency. So for example, the radio is tuned to 440 hertz. And on this bed and on this cushion and on the other technology, you can tune it. You can pick music that's tuned to resonant frequencies. So one of my favorites is 432. And it's just really one of the most like cool biohacking technologies I've found. It has been like a huge nervous system resetter. So yeah, we're like baby biohackers. I don't know if I would call myself like one of those crazy biohackers. Our new roommate just brought in this infrared light. We've got the sound lounge. We've got this fancy light. I forget what it's called, but it like makes you see like psychedelic visuals, and it does something. I'll find out more information and share another time. I need to experience it more myself too. But yeah, these are called, or this is by the company In Harmony. We love you, In Harmony. So Anthony, my husband, makes the music for all of this technology. Don't know if I mentioned that yet. And so I've been blessed with getting to use this for the last 5 years since he started working with them. And it's amazing. It just supercharges my workout, my mind workout, my meditation and prayer practice. It's usually when I sit in meditation, I like to start with some form of prayer, and then I'll kind of like dance between silent meditation and like coming to my thoughts or prayer, just depending on what I'm feeling in the day. I used to be like much more rigid about it, but and I did a 10-day Vipassana sit, which was amazing. But now I'm a little bit more like low key about it, especially when I have a more busy day like today. So yeah, let's get into a little session. So I'll show you how to use this. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit like this, and you put your feet in the little cushy like so. So I'm just sitting like this, and then behind here, there is an on switch, and then there's a button here that connects to my Bluetooth. And then from there, I connect with the, I open up the In Harmony app, and there's like hundreds of different tracks I can choose from. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Yee! I really needed that. My mind and my heart rate have been just off the charts as of lately. My whole body is buzzing. I just got so much clarity. So grateful for this device. It's like a massage for your brain and your cells, and yeah, so good. I've been getting ready to launch DomeCraft ATX, and we have a grand reveal coming for the Dome. I'm probably mentioning so many things you guys literally have no idea what I'm talking about, but you're just gonna have to catch up and hang on while we're going, because we're going. So I'm launching a dome building company here in Austin, and my intention is to provide turnkey dome solutions for all my dome lovers in the world. I'm really excited about it, and it's been, I'm like shy to talk about it. Oh my gosh. DomeCraft. It's like a little girl in me that's just like, can I really do this? I can do this. Oh my gosh. So yeah, anyways, I'm building a dome. I've built a dome. I helped build a dome and design a dome for a retreat center in Smithville, Texas, which is in Bastrop County, which if you don't even know where that is, it's just about 45 minutes outside of Austin. And it's called Golden Pine Retreat Center, and we collaborated to create this incredible showpiece, and it's a 27-foot high-end luxury dome, and it's really, really epic. I won't even say too much more because I want you to just see it. I'll do a full tour of it, of course, and you'll get a sneak peek this weekend. If I end up going this weekend, it'll be either this weekend or next week. I'm going to be staying overnight in the dome to finish it up, and it's a geodesic glamping dome, so fully insulated. It's got a kitchen, bathroom, AC, heat, wood fire stove, all the fixins, and it it reinvigorated something deep in me, the deeper desire that I had back in 2020, the desire that I had when I built the dome on our land, and then having the opportunity to support this retreat center with this dome, I got my mojo back. This dome helped me get my mojo back. And so DomeCraft ATX is a new brand that I'm going to be launching. And February 2nd, if I post this video before February 2nd and you're in or around the Austin area, I would love to have you. From 4 to 7, we're going to do a grand reveal, live tour of the dome, some Q&A about domes with the owner and with me. And we're going to do a community potluck dinner because, come on, doesn't that just sound so sweet and special and connective? And for that event, I'm also going to be talking a little bit about DomeCraft at the event. Most people here are probably not going to watch this video. It's funny because most people here in Austin that I've met don't even know me or my YouTube channel or Lavender Moon because I've been doing little oddball things kind of in between relaunching Lavender Moon and now DomeCraft. So people won't even watch this. They won't even know, but I'm planning on doing a little surprise soft launch at the event. So I got the logo created for DomeCraft. I've got the first website set up. I'm going to have an e-commerce website for it as well. And I needed the logo to be done to get these stickers done. So I'm sharing all of this because I stayed up super late the last few nights and my mind has been crazy busy. And so it's just nice to have this technology and these biohacking tools to come back to because it's really helping me reset my nervous system, which has been the big theme of the last 6 months of my healing journey, which I'm going to do a whole video on, just deep diving into what happened, how I've been healing myself, what I was experiencing throughout that time. And this technology has really been amazing. So today I just decided to sit with my thoughts. I didn't do any prayer. I did my prayer on the walk this morning, so I felt like check that off for the day. And then today, sitting here was more just about coming back to my breath and my heart. I noticed my heart rate was like through the roof. My heart was like pumping out of my chest. And I've had this weird thing around my heart because certain foods and certain things I was doing were triggering this like really uncomfortable palpitation experience. I'm still experiencing it day to day, sometimes less than other times. But I definitely find when I'm regulating my nervous system through doing things like this, coming back to my breath and just sitting with the sensation, which is one big thing I learned of Vipassana, really helps me find my center, find my groundedness, and all of that just makes me a happier person throughout the day. It makes me less frustrated at the little things in life, less frustrated at my spouse, less frustrated at my roommates. And they have been great. My roommates have been great. But yeah, it just makes the little things less edgy, which is great because the tagline for DomeCraft is life without edges. So that's pretty funny. Oh my gosh. It's almost like this DomeCraft is symbolizing me and like coming out of my healing journey and stepping into a life without edges, which has been learning how to regulate my nervous system. I am a different Gloria than when you guys knew me from van bus active building days. I was hyper. I was still doing my meditations. I was still working out. I was still doing all those things, but I would just work nonstop and I didn't want to stop. I didn't know how to stop. I was constantly diversifying and expanding and over expanding and burning myself out and stressing out about everything and taking on all of my clients' worries and frustrations about whatever little thing would go wrong, taking on so much responsibility for everything that went wrong and just not giving myself grace. And I'm not perfect. Like, I have not been perfect, but I have definitely learned how to give myself a lot more grace. And well, I ran out of storage on my phone right at the end there. So thanks for hanging in if you watched this entire video with me. And I can't believe I'm doing this, you guys. I'm getting back into the world of editing and doing things and sharing and speaking. So thank you for hanging in there with me. and get ready for some really juicy, epic stories of lots of adventures, lots of things gone wrong. And I'm gonna keep creating. This weekend I am either this weekend or the next week, I'm actually gonna be spending a night at the Dome. So you definitely want to see that video, which is gonna be coming up, because I'm gonna spend the night there, like be in the space, start setting it up and seeing what else I want to add to the space. So you definitely want to see the Golden Dome, which is coming very soon. And yeah, I just had a hair on my phone, like took it off like it was a face or something. Anyways, I'm just grateful to be sharing, and I'm glad you made it here to the end with me. So stay tuned and subscribe for more future things if you're not already. I look forward to sharing more life, sharing more creativity, more innovation, more inspiration, and more unique ways to live outside the box.